My beloved child, listen to me very carefully. Lucifer fears you now. Yes, you. And I am amazed to see what you did. You thought your small decision did not matter. You believed your quiet obedience went unnoticed. But I saw you all. I watched you choose restraint when anger invited you. I watched you pray when discouragement wrapped around your heart. I watched you stand when it would have been easier to collapse. And in that moment, something shifted in the unseen realm. This is not a casual message. This is a divine announcement. Right now, in this very season of your life, there has been a turning point. The enemy who once whispered lies into your mind has begun to retreat. Not because he is strong, but because you are becoming stronger in me. Do not scroll past this. Do not dismiss this as coincidence. I am revealing something to you that many never realize. There is a reason the pressure increased. There is a reason the attacks felt relentless. It was not because you were losing. It was because you were rising. Stay with me, my child, because I am about to uncover why hell has grown uneasy at the sound of your prayers. What you did in secret has shaken darkness. What you endured without applause has built spiritual authority within you. You thought you were barely surviving, but you were overcoming. If this message is confirming what you have been sensing in your spirit, then receive it boldly. Let your heart respond. Like this message as a declaration of your faith. Share it with someone who had been under silent attack and needs to know they are not weak. Comment, "I will not fear," and let it be your public stand. And remain connected. Subscribe so you do not miss the words I continue to speak into your life. My beloved child, this moment matters. You are not who you were. The fear that once gripped you no longer has the same hold. I am doing something powerful in you. And the one who once tried to break you now trembles because you did not give up. My beloved child, I know what this season has cost you. I have seen the nights when you lay awake, staring into the darkness, wondering why the battle felt so personal. I heard the prayers you whispered when your voice was too tired to rise above a breath. You did not announce your pain to the world. You carried it quietly. You smiled in public while your heart was wrestling in private. But nothing about your struggle was hidden from me. You felt misunderstood. You felt overlooked. At times, you'd even question your own strength. There were moments when you wondered if you were truly growing or simply surviving. Yet even in that uncertainty, you kept choosing not to return to the old version of yourself. That decision mattered more than you realize. I saw when you wanted to react but chose silence instead. I saw when you wanted to give up but forced yourself to pray one more time. I saw when the weight of disappointment pressed heavily on your chest, and still you said, "I trust you." My child, that trust moved heaven. You have faced attacks that others would not understand. Thoughts that tried to convince you that you were not enough. Situations that tested your patience. Delays that made you question timing. You wondered why the pressure would not lift. You wondered if you had done something wrong. But hear me clearly now. Your struggle was not a sign of failure. It was evidence of growth. The enemy tried to exhaust you because he sensed your potential. He tried to distract you because he feared your focus. You whispered doubt because he recognized the authority forming within you. And still, you did not surrender your heart to bitterness. You did not allow resentment to take root. Even when you were confused, you remained open to me. That is what amazes me, my beloved child. Not perfection, not flawless strength, but your persistence. Your willingness to keep walking with me when the path felt unclear. You thought you were barely holding on, but you were building endurance. You thought you were weak because you felt tired, but you were actually being refined. know the tears you never explained. I know the prayers you repeated over and over. I know the quiet moments when you simply sat in my presence without words because you had none left. Those moments were sacred. They were not wasted. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not fighting alone. I have been closer than your breath through every trial, and the very places where you felt most fragile have become the foundation of your strength. My beloved child, now I will show you why the one who once tried to intimidate you has begun to fear you. You believed your battles meant you were behind. You assumed that the resistance was proof that you were failing. But I tell you the truth. The opposition increased because your authority increased. The pressure grew because your faith grew. The darkness reacted because your light became impossible to ignore. Lucifer does not fear noise. He does not fear empty words. He fears transformation. He fears a heart that refuses to harden. He fears a soul that keeps trusting me after disappointment. And that is who you have become. When you chose forgiveness instead of revenge, you disarmed him. When you refused to return to old habits, you weakened his influence. When you kept praying even when you felt nothing changing, you strengthened your spiritual foundation. You thought those were small decisions, but in the unseen realm, they were powerful declarations. Let me gently correct something in your thinking. The attacks against you were not proof of weakness. They were confirmation of purpose. The delay you experienced was not abandonment. It was preparation. The confusion you walked through was not punishment. It was refinement. You have underestimated what is happening inside of you. You thought growth would feel like constant victory, constant confidence, constant clarity. But often, growth feels like stretching. It feels uncomfortable. It feels uncertain. Yet that stretching has expanded your capacity to carry more of my strength. Hear me clearly. The enemy is not equal to me. He is not opposite to me. He is not a rival to my power. You do not stand in a fragile position between two equal forces. You stand under my covering. And because you belong to me, your authority does not come from your perfection. It comes from your identity as my child. This is why he fears you now. Not because you shout loudly, not because you claim strength without struggle, but because you endured, because you matured, because you did not let pain define you. He expected you to break. He expected you to grow bitter. He expected you to retreat into fear. Instead, you kept showing up in prayer. You kept choosing faith. You kept opening your heart to me even when it would have been easier to close it. That persistence has changed you. And a changed believer is a dangerous believer to darkness. Do not misunderstand your journey anymore. You were never losing. You were learning. You were never abandoned. You were being built. And now, the same trials that tried to silence you have become the very proof that you are stronger than you once were. My beloved child, lift your head now and listen to my voice. Steady your heart. You have walked through fire, yet you are not consumed. You have stood in storms, yet you are not swept away. What was sent to weaken you has strengthened you. What was meant to confuse you has clarified your dependence on me. You are not the same person who first entered this battle. You are wiser. You are steadier. You are anchored. I am your covering. I have been your shield in ways you did not even see. There were dangers you never knew about because I blocked them. There were plans against you that dissolved before they reached you. Even in moments when you felt exposed, you were held securely in my hands. Do not mistake the silence of certain seasons as inactivity. When it seemed like nothing was moving, I was aligning circumstances. When you thought doors were closed forever, I was preparing better ones. What feels delayed to you is not denied by me. Timing is not punishment. It is precision. Because you endured, new doors are opening. Because you trusted me in uncertainty, clarity is coming. Because you chose obedience over impulse, influence is growing around you. You may not see the full picture yet, but movement has already begun. I am restoring confidence where fear once lingered. I am breathing courage into places that once trembled. The very area where you felt attacked will become the place where you stand strongest. The insecurity that once whispered lies will be replaced with quiet assurance. You will walk differently now, not with arrogance, but with calm authority. Remember this, you do not fight for victory. You stand from victory. The outcome was never uncertain in my hands. Your role was to remain with me, to trust me, to keep your heart open. And you did. Your home is covered. Your mind is guarded. Your future is secured in my purpose. No scheme formed against you can override what I have spoken over your life. You are not surviving by accident. You are sustained by intention. Let faith rise within you again. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady and unshakable. The same pressure that once made you question yourself will now remind you how far you have come. You have proof within your own story that I carry you through. Stand firm, my beloved child. I am strengthening your steps. I am establishing your path. And what once tried to intimidate you will now watch as you move forward with peace and confidence, knowing that I am with you always. My beloved child, now is your moment to stand in what I have shown you. Do not shrink back into old fear. Do not rehearse yesterday's doubts. What you endured has prepared you for this new strength. What tried to silence you has only sharpened your faith. Lucifer may have studied your weaknesses, but he did not expect your surrender to me. He did not expect your growth. And now, you will not walk timidly anymore. I am calling you to trust me fully. Release the last fragments of anxiety you have been holding. Lay down the need to control every outcome. Give me your future again, not with trembling, but with confidence. You are not standing on fragile ground. You are standing on my promises. Choose faith deliberately. Speak life over your days. Pray even when you feel strong, not only when you feel desperate. Let obedience become your lifestyle, not your emergency response. This is how you move forward. This is how you remain unshaken. Remember what I have told you. You endured. You obeyed. You trusted. And heaven responded. Your future is not overshadowed by fear. It is illuminated by purpose. Your steps are ordered. Your heart is guarded. Your calling is intact. Walk forward knowing that I am with you. Walk forward knowing that what once tried to intimidate you now trembles at your perseverance. Rest now in my peace. Let it settle over your mind like a calm evening sky. Let it quiet every racing thought. I am holding you steady. I am guiding you faithfully. And you will continue to rise, not by your own might, but by my presence within you. Be still, my beloved child. I am with you, and you have nothing to fear. My beloved child, if this message has stirred your spirit, then understand this. When you sow into this mission, you are helping me reach another weary heart standing at the edge of giving up. Every seed you release becomes light in someone else's darkness, oil in another's empty lamp, water in a desert soul crying out for hope. I am the one who said, "Give, and it shall be given unto you," and I breathe life over every act of generosity done in faith. When you respond, you are not funding a channel. You are opening the heavens over someone who needs to hear my voice tomorrow. This is your moment to say, Father, use me to carry your word further. And as you give through Super Thanks or through the PayPal donation link placed in the description and shown in the QR code on this video, know that you are planting into eternal harvest. Do not see it as a small gesture. See it as a prophetic act. What you release becomes a river. What you sow becomes fire that spreads where algorithms cannot reach. There are souls waiting, prayers hanging in the air, hearts asking for a sign, and your obedience can be the answer. I see every seed. I multiply every sacrifice. I return blessing pressed down and overflowing into the lives of those who give with willing hearts. As you support this work, may provision meet you, may peace guard you, and may favor surround you. Step into this obedience now. Tell boldly, give faithfully, and watch me move.